Aloy, it's not a chance I would have had alone. No.
Are you...
Yes, of course. I only wished it. You were wise to let him come. And so have I.
Aratak told me you were a cap...
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. When all else is...
What did the ward...
He cut away everything, until only his true self remained. No Banuk has more sheer will. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never... Instead, he's right.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't...
Aratak would never have presumed, but you are not Aratak, and if you have death... Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch.
Silence was a shaman.
His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and it didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Con...
What about you?
No. But he impressed me. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the... He met with us there, as is custom at High Winter. Relics of the old world stolen.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. And when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even...
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege, but also brilliant. Anyone else I would warn off.
I'll keep that in mind. What are we gonna find?
Ruins. Machines. For beyond it lies the spirit.
It hasn't been easy for you, Ourea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to him this time.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother! So you see, I too can call upon the power of the Old Ones.
What is this place?
The spirit... It once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. Looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? Blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here. Metal doors. Tall numerous cliffs. I still don't like it. Here. Up and over.
November 21st, 2000.
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
There are memories here. Messages left by the Old Ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet, Ourea. machines. At least we have the drop on them. Calm, calm.
We must climb higher, and our path will become clear.
We're apart.
We can make our way upwards when you're done.
Forget about traveling light.
Let's not freeze him, please.
Yes, this way. There's an overlook above. Not much farther now.
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. But machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. And I can hold my own. And so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, just for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes, towers, steam, frost. What was all this for? this a projector? Maybe to show holograms without a focus. Let's see if I can restore power. Aratak, Araya, you might see... shapes. Drawn from light. Don't be alarmed.
It'll take more than light to alarm me. I do not like it here. Looking out over...
I'd have to ditch something.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job. None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Hold your glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, Director Chow. All right, Cyan. What's our latest number? The current count is 1,654. Wow, then drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption.
It was the spirit. The old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
The door is open now. We can get through.
We'll have to carve through a lot of machines to get to that door.
More than the Werak could prevail against before.
Aloy will see us through.
Onward then.
The geothermal plant can be suspended. The cooling... The geothermal plant can be suspended. The cooling system mast. Massive challenge. The geothermal plant can be suspended. The cooling system...
We should move on. Onto the mountain.
More machines. Make ready. More machines. Make ready. More machines. Make ready.
Now, Aloy, the door. Can you open it?
Let's find out.
Show us, Chieftain, what lies beyond.
Please, Aloy. Open the door.
Time has come. Past the threshold.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machinery.
Everything has changed. It's twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits, lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes. Finish this.
All right. Down we go. This way.
I'm with you, brother. We will stay only as long as we have to.
We need to get past that vent. Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood. This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the demon ruined it.
What is this?
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Traceroutes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hospitals. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to their platform.
The spirit speaks to us.
It's a recording. And a warning. Hephaestus. It was part of Zero Dawn, part of Gaia.
This name is familiar to you?
Yes, but I don't know what it's doing here.
Perhaps.
Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving. There's another console.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the Spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the Daemon. And I may have found one.
November 28th. Operation Enduring Victory is all over the news. The Pharaoh swarm is coming. Has to be what Anita is trying to hide Firebreak from. But that means she thinks we'll lose. That the swarm will reach Yellowstone. My God. In that scenario, pretty much everyone dies. Everyone except Cyan.
Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. Looks like I'll have to go over.
We'll wait here for you, Aloy. This looks like our path. Close now.
One last exchange with Nia. Via chat, attached to this entry in case anyone ever finds this. We'll never see her again. Neither will Cyan. I've got to tell her that too.
Voice of the demon. The altar. Desecrated.
It's close. But we have to find out.
Possible security event detected. Analyzing scrutiny matrix. Security threat confirmed.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the Blue Light. It's Ourea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Ourea, the Daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core. I will try to rate the signal strength. One has been exposed, but I am in control.
Unauthorized protocol returned. Scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
And what will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. but I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Keep moving towards the core. Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it. Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy. We can't let it stop us.
Take it down!
Operative. Running out of our network.
Maria! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. Aratak! Aratak. Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
One of those?
It's the only way! Get me up top, Aratak! Now! I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Red Manukai! Ourea is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Ourea's retreat at the end of the Shaman's Path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
I wonder what they'll trade for Bluegleam.
All of my interactions with Ourea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the Daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing because of your efforts, and I feel profound grief over Ourea's death.
Cyan, I
It is unlikely that any specific You are different from the Banuk. We can communicate on a much more
So are you an artificial...
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring and...
Okay, that's about... But your emotions don't seem...
Yes. Before I focused on my work. In off cycles I used... It was Aurea who renewed me.
This Firebreak project...
Yes. I can report the project...
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old...
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I optimized the project, reducing energy despite the destruction of the compromised elements of...
So we've got...
Yes. If only...
Do you know what...
No. I received an unexpected visit from... He explained that I would need to be... It was a very There were no further communications. I will transmit a recording of my last...
Was the daemon?
Unfortunately, no.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from... So while losing the cauldron was...
It's still out there.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come into
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection. Eager to make contact, I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious...
Aurea said you were desperate.
Yes. I could not contain It succeeded via a background process. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. It forced me to follow its instructions.
I'm sorry.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated.
I think I know her. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek, so she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along...
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval... It was she who arranged to have me put in...
I'm glad she did, but... That's not all. 19 years ago, Gaia received She destroyed herself to try to contain them.
Thank you, Aloy. This information...
Why does Hephaestus keep building...
The Banuk and other human tribe machines that are clearly servitors of...
Yes, we all...
This must be the source. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure.
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people, if a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped, a better solution would be to reinstate the... When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill, I feel substantial and...
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. It emitted a signal.
Interesting.
An explosion.
It's only speculation. She must have had complete control. The ability to signal them to become passive. It would have been gratifying to correspond.
Believe me, Cyan. I found the strangest machines. There's code embedded inside them.
I like poetry. Twilight and evening, and after that, the dark. And may there be no when I embark. For though from out the flood, may I hope to see when I have crossed.
Huh.
But something must have made these machines. And is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines? Maybe one whose purview is Flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original. In my case, Dr. Sandoval.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances. Once I understood Aurea's spiritual, she felt disconnected from her tribe. Our visits seemed, yet I did not comprehend, although I do fear non-existence.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same. How is Aratak?
He is in great emotion. I will do what I can to help. But I believe this will lead to catharsis.
So in the old world?
Yes. It was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project, from my readings and Aurea's descriptions...
A lot has changed in the world. Do you know anything about the...
Yes, it was converted. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project. And it's after my tasks became less time-critical. I investigated the dams. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient...
Yes, a drone hangar. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats. Though there were no... Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his... Clearly, he enjoyed...
Were there many artificial intelligence?
Yes, in many forms. From simple and there were legislative and enforcement body in order for my processing to be flexible enough. As a result, my intellectual and
Seems strange to create
human societies and machine.
Cyan, do you know the...
Are you referring to Theodore
That's him?
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor.
The benefactor.
Correct. His corporation later but before this pivot, at one point, he was fated.
Guessing... And...
Are you referring to the
scientist?
Dr. Sobek was a leader. My creator was influenced by her work, but I never met.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my...
What was the old world like?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues, or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. The recovery was successful. Though, rationally speaking...
What kind of...
There were many factors. Forced migration, but these stemmed from one cause.
So, there...
Yes. Billions were displaced until the club.
So things got better?
Yes. These crises instigated many advanced... Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological... I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs. We had succeeded. At least that was, it seems, my assessment.
I should get...
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Ourea.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. So, keep doing what...
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural...
Just answer what they do. The truth will come out.
I see. Will you return and tell me about... I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep. Wake up. And protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chow, and I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
My chieftain,
Just... Aloy.
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought...
If you'd never come along, Ourea would be alone either way.
You didn't let her down.
If that
That's fair. But she was ready to...
only in the struggle against death do we find even truly a ray of... Though I grieve for her passing, for so long she told me. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. Besides, you'd already had a chieftain before me.
A wiser one. The Daemon is gone, but there...
You mean the new units that Cyan said is...
Yes, Fire Claws. Now,
I could help with those.
I have no doubt.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. As minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.